thank you so much for joining us. Right now, we are live on the banks of the Arkansas River in Midtown. Just below me, you can see the mud left over from the higher water levels. Flood stage for the Arkansas, 18 feet. Right now, it's at 7, so we have some room to go. It has been sprinkling for about the past 30 minutes, and we are here tonight to get you ready for what could possibly come to the Tulsa area. We have live team coverage spread throughout northeastern Oklahoma, monitoring the situation overnight. We're going to be checking in with Channel 8's Charles Ely and Kim Jackson, but first, we're going to get right to the studio with meteorologist Mike Collier for the latest on this storm track. Mike.
It's starting to come down pretty good right now. Tell us about what it's like in your area.
Yeah, Mike, just to give you a better idea of where we are, we're just on the banks of the Arkansas River. Just behind me, you can see the 23rd Street Bridge, and the conditions here have really changed over the course of the last couple hours. So right when we got here just before 4 o'clock, just a few sprinkles. Right now, in the last 35 minutes, it just continues to pick up. Now, I know that the #1 concern right now in our community is flooding. Now, we did just check on the streets on Riverside here. Not a lot of standing water as of now, but as we go into the night, that's really one of the main streets where you're going to see some issues. And I know police are prepared to possibly block off roads, but again, many people are saying right now, if you don't have to get out tonight, just don't. Stay put, enjoy the rain from the comfort of your own home. Now, also behind me, the Arkansas River. Now, we spoke with the Corps of Engineers today, and they said that flood stage is about 18 feet. Right now, it's at about 7 feet. And before the rain started falling, about 3 o'clock today, they said that the level of the river had gone down 2 feet in the past 5 days. So it does change over time, but right now, nothing serious happening in our area, just a little bit of rain, and it just continues to pick up throughout the evening. We are going to keep a close eye on possible flooding in the streets around us. We'll let you know as soon as that changes. Mike?
All right, thank you so much. That's Kristin Dickerson reporting live from Riverside.
Welcome back, everybody. We are continuing our coverage of the extensive rain that the Tulsa Metro has seen over the last 2 days. Right now, we're taking a look at one of the drainage systems in the city of Tulsa. This is the reason why the city has not had any excessive flooding. Now, just in the last 2 days, we've had 3 inches of water, 3 inches, and it's funneling into drainage systems like this. Let's take a look down this way, and you can see just the quick, rapidly moving water. Now, right now, communities throughout northeast Oklahoma are dealing with excessive flooding, but folks in Tulsa are realizing that since the floods since the 80s, they have spent $500 million on flood control. And this is how that money was spent. So many people grateful that they are not seeing flooding because of sites like this. And I'm Kristin Dickerson, live near 21st and I-44. In the last 2 days, the city of Tulsa has received 3 inches of rain. This is what 3 inches of rain looks like. Excessive water flowing through this drainage area. Now, we have our team scattered throughout northeastern Oklahoma, bringing you the very latest, starting here in the Tulsa Metro, heading south to Sapulpa, Beggs, and also Okmulgee, and then over to Bixby and Wagner, all to bring you the latest on what's happening right now. Welcome back, everybody. We're showing you a live look at this retention drain here in Midtown off of 21st Street and I-44. This is one of the many reasons why the city of Tulsa is not having excessive flooding after getting 3 inches of rain in just the 2 days prior to this. Now, whenever we first got here, I want to show you the level in just a minute. So here is how the water is right now, but just a couple of hours ago, it was several feet up all the way here. So once the rain has finally stopped, progress is being made right now, so it's always good to hear. Mike?
Hey, Kristin, did you realize that there was a bald eagle behind you?
What? Seriously? Where?
Yeah, I think you were zoomed into one.
You're not messing with me, right?
No.
No, I have to tell you, I'm not allowed to pan left because there's something graphic over there. But where? I see a bird, but not a bald eagle. Are you messing with me?
Yeah, no, I'm messing with you. It's not a bald eagle.
We're live on the banks of the Arkansas River, where just over a week ago, right now, I would be walking in water. We just got off the phone with the Corps of Engineers, and they said that the river level has gone down 2 feet in 5 days, and it just started sprinkling. Mike? Welcome back. We are continuing our breaking weather coverage as Tropical Depression Bill continues to make its way into Oklahoma. Right now, we are reporting live on the banks of the Arkansas River, and the rainfall continues to increase about the last 45 minutes. Now, the #1 thing on people's mind right now, obviously, it's flooding. Let me tell you a statistic to just bring home that point. According to the National Weather Service, nearly half of all flood-related injuries, all flood-related deaths, come from people being in their vehicles going into flooding. So take a look at your screen. We have a list of some advice of what you need to do if you find yourself in a vehicle in a flooded area. Basically, if you're driving in heavy rain, slow down. Leave more space between you and the vehicle in front of you. Watch out for large or fast-moving vehicles creating spray, which could reduce your visibility. Now, if you start to hydroplane in standing water, AAA says don't brake. Instead, ease off the accelerator and slow down until you regain control. And you've heard this saying before, you'll hear it again right now. Turn around, don't drown. Now, don't drive into water if you aren't sure of the depth, and never try to drive through fast-flowing water. Now, the Red Cross is on standby right now, ready to mobilize in case there is a need, in case you all need their help. Joining me now to let us know more about their efforts and how you can prepare, Cindy Webster. Cindy, thank you so much for joining us in the rain. Now, tell me a little bit, what can families do right now to prepare for the possibility of flooding?
Well, of course, we want our families to stay safe in case of a flood. So there's 3 easy tips that we ask a family to do. We want you to develop an emergency plan to activate quickly. We also want you to build a disaster-to-go kit, and we also want you to stay informed. So with your emergency plan, you want to look at evacuation routes. You want to look at alternate evacuation routes, just in case those roads outside of your home are flooded. You don't want to drive into those flooded waters. You also want to look at what you can do for your disaster kit. You want to build that kit. You want to put medicines in it. You want to put important documents. You want to make sure that you're also thinking about your children and your pets, because they will be going with you, and you want to be able to evacuate at a moment's notice. And of course, we want our public to stay informed. So please continue to listen to your radio stations, watch your weather channels like Channel 8. Make sure that you are staying informed and knowing what is going to happen before that disaster occurs.
Okay, Cindy Webster, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you all have a very busy next 72 hours ahead of you, so thank you for everything that you do. There is an opportunity for you to help out the Red Cross. All you have to do is text the number on your screen. That's 90999, and text the word Red Cross, and you can help them out. All right, now let's go back in studio and find out the latest on this weather. Thank you, Frankie. In South Sapulpa, a creek has overflowed, flooding nearby neighborhoods and a park. It happened near Rock Creek. Now you can see several feet of water covering a playground, picnic tables, and a walkway to that park. In another part of town, flooding shut down a residential street, and barricades on Hickory Road forced drivers to find another way across. In southern Oklahoma, search crews have found the body of a toddler swept into floodwaters last night. Now, according to OHP, 2-year-old Jeremiah Mayer was swept away by the high water near Hickory Creek in Ardmore around 9 p.m. Wednesday. Search efforts were suspended overnight and resumed this morning. The boy's body was found about 20 yards from where he disappeared. And north of Ardmore, a part of Interstate 35 was closed most of the day after a large boulder slid onto the highway with a rock slide this morning. Police say 2 semis hit the boulder and blew out their tires, but there were no injuries reported. Crews spent the day working to remove the rocks. The highway is now back open. And in southern Oklahoma, flood waters, heavy rains shutting down the Falls Creek Church camp for the rest of the week. Now, in a statement released today, the Baptist General Convention of Oklahoma says that the rising floodwaters of the Ouachita River are expected to reach historic levels, and that's affecting the camp's ability to provide maintenance, trash cleanup, and other services for the campers. Now, leaders say that this is not an issue of safety, and there is no emergency or risk to campers at Falls Creek. They're still looking at what this might mean for Falls Creek programs for the rest of the summer, especially with a new group of students coming in on Monday. As our crews are continuing to follow the developments with this weather throughout the night, you can stay ahead of things by downloading our free KTUL weather app. To get up-to-date warnings for your area, just look for KTUL WX in your app store. Coming up here live in just a few minutes, we'll show you one site expressing how much this water just behind me has gone down just since we've been here. So progress is finally happening, and I'm a little hesitant to say that the rain has stopped because I'm afraid for a downpour, but things are looking good here in Midtown. Back to you all.
Let's hope so. Thanks, Kristin.